New tonight, a man has admitted to running a fraud scheme against a construction company in Northampton, Massachusetts. 41-year-old Jonathan McCormack of Lapeer County pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, along with 5 counts of wire fraud. Prosecutors say McCormack was a project supervisor for BluRoc and also ran his own company. Between April and August of 2020, investigators say he diverted BluRoc labor, equipment, and materials to renovate his hunting lodge in northern Michigan's Lake City. McCormack will learn his sentence on August 17th.